Hello and welcome to Cali Legends Media. First of all, I want to thank all the subscribers. If you haven't subscribed, please hit that subscribe button down below. Set that notification bell on all so you'll be notified whenever a video drops or we go live. Also, if you can too, hit that like button. If not right now, sometime during the video, if you could smash that like button, it's a good way to support the channel and get these videos shaking through the algorithm. Okay, so this video is a video that I was asked to make by my subscribers, just a couple of them, and it's about Boxer Enriquez's new channel. All right, so I did one about the mob spot. I did one long time ago when I misunderstood. When the video popped out, I thought it was a new video. It happened to be an old interview, and I said that time, yeah, this guy's probably going to start a new channel, and this and that and another, and it ended up being an old interview that had popped up, and I missed that detail. And shortly after, they came out with the mob spot, Mundo and Boxer Enriquez together. And I gave my opinion about what I thought about that being done. So as far as this new channel that Renee's gonna put out, I understand the fact that that's what social media is for anybody who wants a platform. They could go out and talk about whatever they want to talk about. And I know there's an audience for what he's going to talk about, which is his experience being involved in an organization and the life that he lived. I suspect, I suspect that's what it's going to be. I haven't if it's already out there, I haven't watched it. Okay, I'm only saying this because regardless what the channel's about, I'm going to be in disagreement with it being put out, okay? And for the same reasons, The guy's an informant. He works with the feds. And I know for the civilians, that's perfectly fine, The guy betrayed his friends and betrayed a lot of us just by speaking on how things are done by inmates in the Department of Corrections, and a lot of changes were made that affected us. They secured up a lot of things that they weren't really aware of. And he made them aware of them. Another big problem I have with the individual is that he testifies in people's cases not to help them, not to get them out, but as a gang expert to help the prosecution. homie Hangout Rascal, he works to help the defendant, get out, and Boxer helps to get him in, That's the difference. But yeah, I'm not into all of that testifying on people. So look at the word was he testified in Cholos Juan's case, Didn't even know the guy. And he went over there and he testified and brought things up that, didn't help the individual, It was none of his business, but he got involved. And I just don't like people who do that on the strength or do it as a line of work, Is it because I endorse or feel that being involved with a gang or an organization is something that to aspire to? No, it's not. That has nothing to do with why I say or think or feel the way I do. There's been guys who have left organizations to serve God. Big D, Conejo, Kilroy, even my pastor, you know, they stopped doing what they were doing and living the life they were living to serve God. And these were guys that were well respected, man. Guys that were appreciated for the time that they gave, you know? And they did it without any how can I say it? Without the door being open for them to do it. They did it because they had a change of heart and they decided they wanted to serve God, you know? And they were very well aware that they could have lost their lives at any time. But it ended up, the only requirement was that they continue to serve God. And they stay on that narrow road. Because if they were ever to return to prison and to that life, it would be taken from them. And, you know, I remember one time, everybody that I mentioned went to my pastor's church, including Robot. Robot was also there. And we sat in the office, and these gentlemen had a meeting and talked about God, talked about churches, talked about helping the youth, and how they were going to do these things, you know. And I couldn't have respect them or held them in the highest regard any higher than I already held them. Why? Because I knew who they were, you know, and they still exuded that strength, you know. But it was different. It was for God, you know. And they continue to do God's work. Some still continue to do God's work. Dee passed away. Kilroy passed away. My pastor passed away. But there's still a couple that are doing God's work still. And they didn't have to go testify. They didn't have to debrief and give up the drawings and, you know, put their best friends in prison for the rest of their lives and stuff, you know. They did it like men. They decided to walk away and serve God, and they just depended on God to have their backs. They didn't depend on the government to have their back. They didn't depend on the feds to have their back or the marshals, you know, to keep them hidden, to change the way they look. They didn't depend on a mask to hide their face. They were right here in Maravilla, walking around, eating in restaurants, man. We went to Casa Jimenez and had a big old lunch, you know. They're out in public, you know. And I guess, you know, like, I can respect those guys, you know, for the change they made in their life, for their service to God, you know. I see something different in these two jokers, man, in Mundo and Boxer. I'm sorry, but I do, you know. A huge character difference, you know. It's just like, it's a different trip with these two guys, man. You know, they went out ass backwards, and on the way out, they put people in prison for life. Not just people, but their comrades, their friends, people they called their brothers, you know. I have a problem with people like that. I don't want no klecha from those people. I don't want no, besides that, yeah, that's just me. I know I have subscribers that subscribe to the Mob Spot. That's fine. If you guys like that, you know, hey, cool. I personally, I don't. And what I say is only my opinion. I respect yours. I respect the fact that those things don't bother you. That's okay. You know, everybody has different opinions and different way of looking at things. I'm just sharing my opinion and trying to do it a little differently than I have in the past, where I get all up in my feelings and start ranting and raving and stuff, you know. So, but as far as this channel goes, yeah, that's my opinion. I'm not, I won't be subscribing. I won't be watching. I haven't watched an episode of the Mob Spot, you know. And I won't. In any case, I'm going to go ahead and end this video. And I just wanted to share what I had to share about this topic because I was asked to. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. God bless you. God bless your family. And whatever you do, people, stay free, man. It's the most important thing in life, man. To be out here with our loved ones and be here for them. Thank you. God bless you. And see you on the next one.